It's a nice brisk November morning here at the farm in northern Vermont. We finished planting our 2022 crop yesterday, and it sure feels good to be done for the year. While we were planting, we posted some pictures about a pre-treat regimen that we use for our cloves prior to planting, and we wanted to take a few minutes today and show you the products that we use and explain the reasons why we do it. We hope you find the video helpful, and you can get more growing information from us at our YouTube channel, The Garlic Grower, or at our website, hardneckgarlic.com. The first treatment that we do is to treat for mites, or the potential for mites. In years past, we've used a product called cold-pressed neem oil that we would mix and emulsify with Dr. Bonner's soap. We've gone away from using neem oil because below 60 degrees it solidifies and is very difficult to work with. It has a horrible smell. This year we're using a new product called Cinnerate. Cinnerate is a 40% concentrate of cinnamon oil, has a wonderful smell, and is much easier to work with. In both instances, we would dilute with water based on manufacturer's recommendations, and the soak would last between 30 and 60 minutes. We haven't had an issue with mites in quite some time. We believe primarily because we've moved away from straw mulching, and also because of this pre-treat regimen. After the first treatment is complete, we'll then take the bucket and move on to a sanitation dip. We use a product called Oxidate. Some folks you'll hear talk about using vodka or hydrogen peroxide, or in some instances bleach. We use Oxidate, which is an OMRI approved material. It's commonly used in the produce and restaurant industries for sanitation. We mix again based on manufacturer's recommendation, based on the quantity that we're using. And then again, we'll let this sit for another 30 to 60 minutes. After the Oxidate treatment is complete, we move on to the third step, which is an overnight soak of the cloves in bone meal and fish fertilizer. This is to try to give the cloves an extra boost, specifically for root growth going into the fall and winter. Again, we mix based on manufacturer recommendation. We place in buckets overnight and remove first thing in the morning prior to planting. The last step in our pre-treat process is to dust the cloves with a beneficial mycorrhizae. We like to use a product called Mycorrhizae. The product specifically is Soluble Max. We give the cloves a light dusting after they're removed from their last dip, stir them around to make sure that the cloves are well coated, and then plant. We'll also include this in our first irrigation in the spring. Mycorrhizae really don't become available to the root zones until temperatures are above 45 degrees. So we want to get it on the clove when it's going into the ground, recognizing that it probably won't do much in the fall, but in the spring it'll take off. To make the process as easy as possible, we take the cloves that we've broken apart for planting and place them in a 5-gallon bucket that we've drilled holes in the bottom of to drain water out of quickly and easily. We place the cloves in the bag inside the 5-gallon bucket, and then place that 5-gallon bucket inside another 5-gallon bucket that doesn't have any holes drilled in it, that contains the solution that we're treating with. When we need to remove the bucket, we just pick it up by the handle, let it drain out the bottom, and then transfer to the next bucket in the treatment process. When dealing with multiple varieties at the same time, you want to place the varieties in separate buckets. We use masking tape and a Sharpie to put a label on the handles so that we don't lose track of what varieties we're planting when.